Hello, this is the second part of a series I'm doing that's looking into getting our spine more supple, more mobile, and freeing us from aches and pains and little niggly spots that we might have in our spine. Because also, not just about the mobility and the flexibility, we want to have a stronger back, but it has a lot of implications on how we move, just, walking, doing gardening, whatever it is you might want to be doing in your day. It has a knock-on effect to other parts of your body if your spine is not able to move freely and is not nicely balanced and as strong as we can make it. So I hope you enjoyed the first part to this series, and now we're going to just add on a few other exercises, working in a few different directions and planes and so on. So we're tackling all areas of the spine and all the various ways in which it can move. Because a lot of the time, of course, our lifestyles don't give us the opportunity to actually move the body where it's actually capable of moving. So by doing these exercises, you're keeping the whole range of movements, the variety of movements that your spine is actually capable of doing. We're ensuring that we keep that mobility up. So it keeps us feeling and looking younger. And also the most important thing is staying balanced, strong, and free from discomfort. So let's get going. So let's come down onto our backs again as we did before. So either roll onto your side to come down or just roll down through your spine here. So we're just going to warm up a little bit just to start. And we're going to start off just by doing a little pelvic tilt backwards and forwards, just a few times, nice and gently. Particularly if you have some discomfort here, just take it easy. Or if there's another exercise you prefer to do to warm up first, then do. Now, literally let your hips wiggle like this. So you'll see the knees will just change. It's like you're settling your lower back, as if you just lay down on a beach and you're just going to wiggle your hips to settle the base of your spine nice and firmly into your place on the beach, literally by doing that. Okay, so you're nice and square. Now, if you bring in one leg towards you to start with, you're going to slide that bottom leg away. So stretching out the front of the hip on the straight leg. Okay, pull it in. If you want to hold behind the thigh, that's fine. Or you may even want to put the forearm underneath and pull in that leg, whichever you like. And you're going to put that foot down and bring the other leg in. Okay, now we're going to repeat that. Hold the leg, stretch the other leg away and down. Pull it in, whichever way you like. Just breathe in and out here. You can pull it in a bit more if you wish. Good. And then just release a little bit there and bring the other leg in and place that one down. Now feet and knees quite close together, keeping that space behind the back of your waist so that you're in this neutral position. The pelvic here for Pilates, we start usually on a position or in a position that's neutral. So we don't want to be gripping here. That's a tendency that happens, or we grip here. So stay nice and relaxed, arms a little bit wider, and just tip the hips a little bit side to side. So we're trying not to send the knees first. We're trying to roll the hips. So we did this in the first part, this little rock, but we had the legs here. We held the legs in together and we did that little rock. So here you can't use your feet. So this is quite a good way of getting your abdominals and the side of your body and working through the spine a little bit to actually create that movement side to side. Once we've got the feet down, what tends to happen is we tend to move the knees, and we don't want to move the knees and the legs. We still want to get that little rock across the back of the pelvis. So it's just getting that awareness, really. Jolly good. Coming back to center. Now we're going to hold in both legs. Now we're going to pull the legs in nice and strongly. And whilst we're here, we're just going to practice that little nod of the chin. So you're going to bring your chin down and then level. Breathe in, nod the chin down. It's hard to speak when I've got my chin down. And then level. And then again, chin down and level. Just 2 more. So you're always breathing in when you lower the chin. Make sure as well that you've got that little block behind your head if you need it. If your head is back here and you find you can't nod your chin, you probably need just a book or 2 or a yoga block, Pilates block under your head. Or a cushion. Cushion will do. Fine. Not too big a cushion though. Okay. Now we're going to nod the chin and we're going to roll the body up towards the legs. So hold on to the legs either here or behind the thighs. If you need to have the knees wider, that's fine. Or you can wrap the arms round. Now keep your chin in and just breathe here in and out. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you need to support your head, absolutely fine. But don't let your elbow go back. Keep your elbow forward of the shoulder. Okay. And then you're going to keep your chin in. Keep the chin in as you roll down. Okay. Good. So hopefully you will have got a nice stretch across the back here. So we're now going to roll up and roll down 4 times. So inhale, nod your chin. Slide your ribcage forward. Use your arms to help you up here and use your abdominals as well. So imagine that if you're using your abs here and you let go of arms, you'd still be able to stay up. Then you're going to roll down. Inhale, nod the chin. Exhale, roll up. Breathing in. Rolling down. 2 more times. Nod the chin. Slide the ribcage forwards as if you're sliding your ribcage to tuck it into the top of your leggings. Keep the chin in. Roll down. Last time. Inhale, nod the chin. So the head's staying on the block or on the mat as you bring the chin down. Watch you don't open your mouth. Watch you don't just open the mouth so the chin goes down. Keep your mouth closed when you do the nod. And then slide the ribs up and forwards. Inhale on the way down. Jolly good. Now you're going to lower one leg, then the other, and just let the pelvis come back to normal, to the neutral position, I should say. Okay, so let's do our spine peel, and we're just going to add a couple of things on here. So taking a breath in, you're in your neutral, keeping all the toes down, making sure your feet are parallel. And we don't want your feet too wide as well with this. You want your feet about the width of your head, so the feet want to be in line more with your ears. So taking a breath in through the nose, hugging back the abdomen, sticking your muscles like Velcro onto the spine, and then you're layering on top the work of the glutes, the hamstrings, the back of the thighs, peeling your back up, keeping all the toes down. Inhale at the top, exhale, rolling back down vertebra by vertebra, all the way through to neutral, keeping the shoulder blades nicely back on the mat. Exhale, pull back the tummy muscles. That's your imprint. That's sticking those abs like Velcro onto your spine, tilting the pelvis to peel up. Inhale at the top, exhale to roll down through to neutral. Inhale, exhale, hug back, tilt the pelvis, peeling up. Inhale at the top. So as you roll down, often this can be harder than the rolling up. So keep squeezing the bottom, keep tucking under as best you can, but don't overwork the abs, because what happens is you'll drag, see, that'll happen, and then the neck will all get pulled up as well. So you're trying to keep the upper part of your body, keep the upper part of your body as undisturbed as possible as you roll back down. Just 2 more. Exhale, hug back, tilt the pelvis, peel up. Inhale at the top. Exhale to roll down. And last time, make sure you come right back to your neutral, so you're nice and relaxed with the thighs set in the pelvis. Exhaling as you hug back, tilt. Healing up. Inhale. Now, at the top here, we're just going to hold it here, and we're going to take both arms up, reaching the fingertips towards the wall behind us. We're not trying to get the arms to the floor. We're reaching the fingertips behind the head, reaching behind to the wall behind. Yep. Up and over. So you're reaching away from the top of your ears, and then exhale the arms round. And then we're going to roll back down. So this next one, we're going to hug back, peel up through the spine. We're going to keep the hips up. Okay, breathe in. You're going to take the arms over the head and exhale round. So the arms just staying up, just slightly hovering above the floor. Place the hands down. Inhale, exhale to roll back down through to your neutral. Going to repeat, hugging back, tilt, peel up. Bring the hands over the head, keeping the arms parallel. Inhale, exhale all the way round. Arms by your sides, the little fingers are leaning on the mat. Exhale, roll back down. Jolly good. All right, so we're going to turn onto our sides now. So you're going to line your spine up with the back of the mat. So you've got a nice straight line for the spine, but slightly push your bottom back behind you. So you've got the natural curve on your spine, and you want to just lift up the underside of the ribs. So think of sending your top hip bone away from your top shoulder. Hand in front of your shoulder here, and rest your head on your hand here, or you can use a cushion and have the other arm underneath in front of you if you prefer. Okay, now what I want you to do is bring this arm up and then bring your fingertips to your temples. Keep squeezing the knees together, and then exhale, you're going to rotate. So don't let the knees separate. Take a breath in, and then exhale, come up again. So you've literally got one shoulder on top of the other. Breathing in to prepare. Now squeeze the knees together strongly. Exhale and turn the body. So you're going to look back towards the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale forwards. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Breathe in. Keep squeezing the knees. Exhale forwards. Good. Let's just repeat that on the other side. So lying yourself down. That's it. So bring that hand in front. So shoulder blades are stacked one on top of the other. You want your knees right in front of your hips. Don't have your knees away from you. And you want your feet just a bit more forward as well. So your feet are sort of in line with the knees that way. Okay, so fingertips on the temples there. Okay, squeeze the knees together before you start. Slightly just push your bottom back behind you. Check your lifting here by sending that top hip away. So nicely stacked up, hip on top of hip, shoulder on top of shoulder. Breathe in, squeeze the knees, and open the body. Take a breath in and breathing out. So just moving from the waist up in one piece. Breathe in. Keep lifting the underside of the body off the floor. You're just leaning on the outside of the arm and shoulder on the side you're lying. Inhale. Exhale, come forwards. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate. Breathe in. Exhale. Come forwards. Okay, so now we're just going to turn onto our tummies. So you're going to face down. Elbows are going to come out to the side of your shoulders, and you're going to pick up the tummy muscles away from the floor, and your feet are about hip width. Now look down to the floor, so try and get the forehead on the mat as much as you can, and imagine you're shining a torch out of the top of your head. The torchlight coming out the very top of your head. So we don't want to use the neck here. All right, we're going to pull up the tummy muscles away from the floor, and we're just going to use the back muscles to lift the chest. We're just going to use the back muscles, and then we're going to lower back down. Now, if you find it's hard to make a lift here, if you've got a larger chest, right, you need to have a cushion underneath your tummy so that otherwise your chest makes your back sort of start here already. Okay, so if you, I'm just going to grab a cushion. I should have got it before. Just grab a cushion so that the bottom pair of ribs is literally on the front edge of that cushion. Okay, so that just lifts you up a little bit. So that means your spine is longer rather than being there to start with. So now we've got somewhere to lift to. So you're using the back. You'll find that makes such a difference. And then lowering back down. So inhaling on the way up. And exhale on the way down. Keep pulling in the low, deep abdominals. So you're still picking those tummy muscles up away from the floor. Again, sticking them like Velcro onto the front surface of the spine. Just take your imagination into the spine of the body and the front surface of it. You're pulling the tummy muscles back to touch that. Lean into that. And then down. Good. Just one more. Breathing in on the way up. Breathing out on the way down. And then just bring your hands in either side and carefully bring yourself up, or you may prefer to roll onto your side to come back up. Very good. And we're just going to finish up with a shell stretch or a seated hugging the knees stretch just after working the back there. So you can either hug the knees here and just practice with the shoulders down, breathing in and out through the nose. You're going to breathe into the back and sides of the ribs. You feel that nice stretch. Or you can come into your shell stretch, which is kneeling. You don't have to have the knees together. You can have the knees apart. But just relax your shoulders and your arms. Try and really let go here. So the forearm and elbows should be on the floor ideally. If you relax those shoulders. And then breathe into the back and sides of the ribs. So with your imagination, again, you want to send the breath into the back and sides of the ribs as you breathe in and out. And then if you're kneeling, just slowly sit back on your heels and roll up through your spine. Jolly good. And that's the second part of this series. We've got one more part to go. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Just keep practicing a little as often as you can. And literally you will start to feel the difference in your body. So Do let me know how you're getting on. If you have any questions or queries or any specific things that you're concerned about, then drop me a message and then I will be able to help you. All right, just pop it in the comments underneath. Or you can email me, and the email is below in the description as well. Thanks for joining me again, lovelies, and I'll see you next time.